guys. Hello, hi, how are you? Oh my god. Hey, so I'm having a day. Today's scent of the day is gonna be a Bath & Body Works Champagne Toast. This is a brand new sucker. I just finished my other champagne toast, so we're getting some ASMR. I love lighting a new candle. Hi, so today I thought it would be really fun to do, I haven't done one of these videos in a while where I just kind of like test out the new makeup that I've been buying. And I think a lot of that is because I don't really know why. I just haven't felt like doing like a get ready with me in a while. And today I was struck with the idea of like, you just bought a ton of stuff from Colourpop because they've been having a really good sale. It's like, you just bought a ton of stuff from TJ Maxx, found some good deals. So let's, and you've been buying stuff in general, like you have stuff coming in and out, like let's test some of it out. So today is going to be a full face of new makeup. A couple of the things aren't like new, so I'll zoom you guys in a little bit and let's just talk about makeup. This is the Too Faced Major Hangover RX Primer. This is basically their Hangover RX Primer, but in a massive size. So what happened with this was I was at TJ Maxx and I saw that and I was like, wait, I didn't even know they made that. Also, if my fingernails look disgusting, it's because I painted my nails with Simply Nailogical's One Coat Black nail polish and it stained my nail beds when I took it off. Because I scraped it off. I think that's whatever. It's not important. But I was at TJ Maxx and I saw that and I was like, I didn't even know they made that. And I looked and it was only like $12. And I was like, okay, I know their normal size is like $30. So there's no way. I looked it up. This sucker is $50 and it's like $12 at TJ Maxx right now. So I snapped that up. I thought it might be kind of fun to share with you guys the things I get at TJ Maxx. Mostly because I feel like if you see it at TJ Maxx and you don't know if you should buy it, I want to give you the tea. Next, we are going to be using Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Tinted Moisturizer from Colourpop. I talked in a video about this new collection from Colourpop. That was like their new foundation and concealer. And a lot of you guys actually really praised that collection. I was kind of like, I don't know, seems weird, but you guys were like all about it. So I decided to give it a try. I have mixed feelings about tinted moisturizer because while I feel like it can be really good, it can also be like bad and pointless. So I'm interested to see kind of what goes on right now. Right off the bat, it's definitely sinking into any like texture I have on my skin. I don't know. I don't know if I'm vibing with this. Okay, it's settling in okay. It's not sitting on my nose well, but I sometimes do have issues with getting makeup to stay on my nose correctly. I feel like a lot of people have that issue. I also got my eyebrows waxed the other day, so I still have kind of a weird like redness surrounding them, so I apologize. The thing I feel about tinted moisturizers, I feel as though it's supposed to make you prettier. And I don't look prettier, I definitely just look cakier, which is weird because it's not a super full coverage. Yeah, it's a tinted moisturizer and it's supposed to be more like skincare. I'm also in the shade Light 5N, which I'm very curious to see if this is going to oxidize because I have their original concealer and I hate it because it oxidizes. But I also picked up their other concealer. This is their Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer. That's kind of the name. And I picked shade. Oh, that's actually not a bad shade. Okay. I picked the shade based on their kind of like shade matching chart thing, which doesn't always do me well. Like sometimes their shade matching thing does me kind of dirty. I'm not gonna lie. Initially when this concealer was launched, I kind of was like, didn't like it. And a big reason for that I think was because I didn't understand why you would come out with a really full coverage concealer with like a skin tint. And a lot of you guys made a really good point that if you have a skin tint, you can kind of like even out your face and then you can add a full coverage concealer to cover things that you really want to cover. But then you don't just have a full coverage concealer everywhere. And I was like, okay, that's a good point. So, and a lot of you guys said you were really liking the product. I'm not impressed with that tinted moisturizer as of right now. The concealer's okay, but I think for me, especially on days where I do want a more natural look, like what a tinted moisturizer would kind of give you, I just wear only concealer. I just like skip the foundation step and I just only conceal like under my eyes and, you know, kind of the places where I get redness and like my chin and my forehead. I conceal my whole face. And then, although I do like how that concealer's sitting on my under eye. Do I? Do I? I like how it's sitting on this part of my under eye where I have pores, but I don't like where it's sitting on my crinkles. Does that make sense? Is that a normal thing? Is this a personal problem? Like what? Somebody will be like, yeah, it is. I'm just gonna go ahead and set this with my Anastasia loose powder, which I love like a lot. This powder is so good. And I'm just gonna kind of pat that under this, get it really, really, really into. That helped a lot with the crinkles, and it actually made the concealer look like a billion times better. I am so excited to film my best and worst makeup of 2019 this year. I have some doozies. I have some of the best and like the literal worst makeup. I'm also, this is kind of new to me, but also I've seen it like floating around YouTube. This is the JCat Beauty Aqua Insurance Compact Foundation. And I usually just take a big fluffy brush. I've been liking this. All right. I feel like that's how I feel about a few things that I've gotten lately. I'm like, meh, it's okay. I've not been wowed by much lately. And I think that's just because so much has been coming out. It's a little bit hard to like be astounded by anything anymore, but you know, we're trying. I got my hair colored the other day. It's like purple. I don't know if you can tell. It's literally purple. It's kind of a really like dark purple in my roots because that's where my hair is naturally really dark. And then we went with a really like kind of lighter purple at the bottom here. Maybe I'll put in a picture here. Do I have a picture? I don't think I have a picture of what it looks like yet, but I am really, really liking it. Oh, it was in yesterday's video. It was in the video I did about the environment, and you can go check that out. But this is the Patrick Star bronzer that just came out for one of his collections. I also found this at TJ Maxx. TJ Maxx and Marshalls, that is where it's at. So I'm gonna do this. I know this is kind of a shimmery bronzer. I'm also not gonna contour today. I'm just gonna bronze, and that is a choice that I'm making. I don't really know why I'm making that choice. Wait, do I love this? Hold on. Why is that like the perfect color for me in the winter? Why is that like the most beautiful light bronze? Wait, oh my God. Anyway, I colored my hair purple and I went to this new place that I've never gone to before, mostly because I moved and my old hairdresser is still where I used to live, even though I moved like 4 years ago. I just love her. So I always still go to her, but my mom also goes to her and she was kind of like, I just want to change it up. Like I just want to go somewhere else. I don't want to have to drive because it's like an hour and 20 minutes to get to this girl. And she does a fantastic job, but it's just like, it's like a whole day commitment to go get my hair done with her. So we found this new place and it seemed really like nice. And I looked up reviews, all the reviews were great. And we went and it was very like bougie and like professional. And the people there were super professional, super nice. And I got my brows done by like a professional esthetician, which I normally go to like I normally go to like Supercuts or like random places to get my brows done. And the women there do a really good job, but they aren't like estheticians. Normally they're hairdressers. And so their skill is kind of like cutting hair. And I know because my sister went to cosmetology school that waxing isn't like one of the top things you're learning about because that's not why you're getting a cosmetology degree. So going to an esthetician was really nice because she like had a consultation with me beforehand about like how I wanted my brows to be done. And it just felt like a really like good, this is amazing by the way, if you're like fair like me and you wanted a bronzer. And also I feel like because it has a little bit of shimmer, it could be a really good subtle highlight for like a deeper skin tone. This is so good. Why do I like love this? Okay, anyway, so I got my brows done. I was like feeling it. I was excited. And then I got to the hair person and he did an amazing job. Okay, this is EL from Beauty and the Beast. This is her blush that Colourpop just came out with. And this is in the shade Enchanted Mirror. It's such a good neutral blush. I like just got this like a couple weeks ago. It's a great neutral blush. I also picked up the palette, the Enchanted Princess palette, because I think I'm gonna do that video where I talk about like Disney princesses and feminism, mostly because when I mentioned that topic, you guys were like all about it. I bought a lot of Colourpop lately. But anyway, I felt like that would be a good like way to like play with that palette and talk about that conversation. For brows, I'm gonna be playing around with this new brow pencil from Pure. It has this like crazy weird brush to it that also has a brow definer at one end and a brow like pencil. It's interesting, so I'm gonna play with it. But we were done, and in order to get my hair done, I always have to take off my glasses, and I took off my glasses. I like put my glasses on. I could see kind of what it looked like, and I was like, oh my God, I love it, because I wanted to do something a little bit different. I didn't want to go too crazy. There was a time when I used to dye my hair like crazy colors. Like I've done like blue and pink and red, bright fire engine red. Like I've done a lot of really fun purple, like I've done a lot of really cool colors with my hair, but I don't really do that anymore, mostly because of the upkeep that's required for doing that. Like it just takes so much effort to maintain that type of hair, and you have to like use the special shampoo and conditioner. You like can't shower too often or it fades. You can't use hot water, and like I don't really like doing those things to keep a certain type of like vibrant color. So I definitely wanted a more muted color that would be a little bit more low maintenance. That's why I went with the purple. But I was all excited, and then I put my glasses on and I had color all like the dye, the purple dye, all over my face. Like I had dye right over here, a huge splotch of it right here. I had some in like the middle of my forehead, and I didn't like, he did that. Like I felt him doing that when he was putting it in. Like I felt him like touching me, but I know that they have like that stuff that they can use that helps you get it off. Like they have the color remover or whatever, and it's like all over. And then I noticed on my like forehead, there's just a gigantic streak of, you could see like a very harsh line of color, which, and it like stained this part of my scalp. Like you can kind of see it in some parts too. There was this really harsh dye. And I'm the type, I didn't really want to say anything because it looked beautiful. Like he did such a good job. But my mom was still getting her hair done, and her hair lady was like, do you want me to get you something? Because you have dye on your face. And I was like, yeah. So she helped me get it off my like face, but she didn't do anything about the line. And so I got in the car and I'm looking in like natural daylight, and it looks like 1,000 times more noticeable. And then I started like freaking out. I was like, I have to film. I was like, I have this dye thing. And in my experience too, because I've gone, this is a little bit darker than I normally go, and I've gone darker like this before. And in my experience, this happened. It normally when I go darker, sometimes the scalp, like I've noticed that they do sometimes like dye that too. And I also have baby hairs, so I think that's part of the problem too. However, I know there's ways to like get it off, and he didn't do that. So I was like panicking. So me and my mom Googled. We literally Googled how to get it off. And fun fact, you can use rubbing alcohol and it comes right off. Well, it doesn't come right off. I had to scrub it, but rubbing alcohol definitely fixed my problem that day. So, all right, for the eyes, we're gonna use the Smoke Show. So I bought this for a couple of reasons. Number one, first of all, I'm gonna go in with Young Love. This isn't gonna be like a tutorial Tuesday. This is more gonna be just like playing and talking and giving you guys a first impressions, because I haven't played with this yet. I wasn't gonna buy this because I'm not the smokiest gal. It's kind of funny that my name is Smoky Glow, because smoky eye looks, I feel, just look so ridiculous on me, and I'm always like really scared to do them. I'm gonna go in with Stone Face. But then I saw Raw Beauty Christie do a video showing this off, and she looked gorgeous. And then I saw Nisipia, who's a Nisi Pisa, I think that's her name, who knows. She did a video, she like showed this palette, and I was like, okay, she also looks stunning. Now both of those women are way more talented at eyeshadow than I, so will I look as good? Probably not. But did I buy this palette because they looked so good? Absolutely I did. And it was also on sale for $9. That was definitely a contributing factor. I'm gonna go in with Slated. I also really liked the Pretty Silvers, and I don't have a ton of cool toned palettes in my collection because of how I look right now, which is dumb. I'm always a little bit more hesitant with cool tone palettes. They kind of like freak me out, and I don't like to do anything too crazy. I mean, these shades are blending up beautifully. I know I like Colourpop's formula, and you really can't beat the price. They're just so gosh darn cheap. It's like honestly not even fair how cheap they are, because it's so like, they're the epitome of like, it's just so like, they're so affordable. Like this is so incredibly affordable. Let's just do the black, I guess. Oh wait, let's put Ignite, a little bit of that like kind of purpley gray with a smaller brush, that in the front crease, so we can kind of build this gradients that we're trying to build. Did you hear that? I'm a beauty guru. I think that's a huge issue with Colourpop too, is how cheap they are. Like, 'cause they're just so unnecessarily cheap, and they come out with so much stuff, but it's all so cheap that it's like very tempting to buy because it's so affordable. And that's how I ended up here with like a ton of Colourpop stuff. I don't know if I'm creative enough to use this, but I did pick up their pink BFF liquid liner, because I felt like if I was ever going to use a colored liner, it would be pink, you know? And always with Colourpop, I'm like always trying to meet that minimum order number so I can get free shipping, because it's so easy to get so much. This is their trap, because they set them free shipping price at $30, which I'm convinced was strategic. It obviously was their business, but it was obviously strategic. I'm gonna go in with this black. And so now if I'm at like $26, I always just throw something in for the free shipping, because you're like, well, I can either pay for shipping. This black is a little patchy on first application. I'm not gonna lie, hoping it builds a little nicely. My question here is, does it stay true black or does it blend out to blue? I have a lot of blacks that blend out to blue. Somebody did a video a while back about like resisting that urge to like not buy something that you don't necessarily need just to get the free shipping. And I disagree with that a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. Don't like spend $100 more to get free shipping. Like, don't do that. But if you're like $4 away from free shipping and you find something that you kind of could use for $4 or $5, buy it. But get something fun instead of paying for shipping. Paying for shipping is literally the worst. I know people who don't live in America are like, oh, you stupid American, you have no idea. That was my Australian accent. I hope you liked it. I'm going to use this gorgeous shimmer Starstruck, and I just sprayed my brush how do they do this and make it so cheap? How do they make all this stuff so cheap but so good? Colourpop is owning the game. Like, that was one swipe that you guys just saw. Show an instant replay. That was one freaking swipe of just beautiful pigment. I look beautiful. I feel like I never look this good. That's just the end of the sentence. No, I'm just kidding. I feel like I never look this good with cool tones. Did I just fall in love with the smoky eye?
Smoky glow.
Putting the smoky in smoky glow. All right, I'm gonna do the lower lash line and lashes off camera really quick. Not lashes, I'm just using mascara. But I'm gonna do that off camera because it's boring, and then we'll be back for the highlighter, which I think you guys are gonna be excited about. Ooh, who is... I'm a smoky queen. No, I'm just kidding. I actually love how this turned out though. This is probably one of the first times in recent history where I've done a cool toned makeup look and haven't absolutely hated it. So kudos to Colourpop. Now, this is not from Colourpop, but it is from Colourpop basically. This is the new Soul Body Highlighter. So I saw this online. They posted a picture of these and the makeup goblin took over my soul and I just really wanted it. I thought it looked absolutely beautiful. Like, look at this. It is a face and body highlighter, which technically all highlighters are. Not to be shady, but like they are. And I have not liked Colourpop's more pressed highlighter formula. They're like, it's like a bouncy, it's like a weird formula, like the ones that come in the little circles. I don't like those. But I thought, I saw a picture of these and I was like, maybe I'll like this one. So we're gonna try it out. I got the shade Rosé and it's kind of like a frosted gold peach. And I'm just gonna dip my brush in. Oh, that was awful. Okay, hold on. Oh no, this is awful. Oh no, really bad. Separating. Oh, that one was better. Oh, this is much better. Okay, the first few swipes I took were just so chunky and like separated, and it looked like separated glitter on my face. Now, better. Not hyper impressed with this. I think it probably looks pretty blinding on the camera, but I'm having to really dig to build this up. Pretty color though. I'm having to dig to kind of build this up, and it is still kind of like separated. Like the glitter is not fully going on okay. It's like separating, and I look very textured just in general. Honestly, the only thing I like from today's so far is obviously the blush, because I really like that princess blush from Colourpop, but like this whole situation, like my base doesn't look great. I love the eye look, but like this highlighter makes me look very textured. I don't like it. This is a lip pencil from Gerard Cosmetics called Underground, and this is the lip matching like lipstick in Underground, and I'm just gonna do these really quick. It's kind of like a cool toned, neutrally like purple, so I'm gonna see how this looks. I actually like how that lipstick works with this. It's a nice like cool toned color. Cool. So that was actually all my new products. New hair, new me, new products. I feel like overall this look is not bad, but there are things I don't like about it. I don't like how cakey, especially in my nose and chin and my face looks, and I think the studio lights is making it kind of hard to see that, which kind of stinks, and I can't really dim these at all, but you're gonna have to take my word for it that I didn't really love. Let's like go through everything real quick. I did not love the tinted moisturizer, not my favorite. I did, however, kind of like the concealer. I liked this concealer way better than the first Colourpop concealer, so that says something. This actually looks really nice, especially when paired with a very good powder, which is, I think this one is. I did like the Major Hangover, but I don't think it's a necessity. I had a sample of this primer at one point, so I had tried it like twice, I think, and I didn't really remember how it performed, and then I put this on and I smelled it because it was a very distinct smell. It does smell very good, and I remembered that it just doesn't do anything. Like it moisturizes, which is nice, but that's really all it does. So if you want like a moisturizing primer, this might be worth picking up, but if you have specific concerns that you're trying to address that you would need a primer for, I don't think this is your girl. This was the surprise of the century. This is a fantastic bronzer. Like such a pretty, subtle, nice bronzer, and it matched my skin tone perfectly. I loved this. I do really like the blush. I like this shade in particular. I don't feel like you need this type of blush. I don't feel like this is a particularly ground breaking formula or any kind. And I don't like that in the Ulta store, the only way you can buy these is with a lipstick. Just wish you could buy them separate, like in store and online. However, I think this is really cute. Don't just buy it because you like the princess though. Buy it because you like the color. Because I wouldn't have bought this if I didn't genuinely think like, oh, that's a really good neutral color that I like don't have. The Smoke Show palette. So far, like on first application, the shimmer that I used was unreal. Like one swipe, full pigment, full metallic. Like I loved it. The black in there actually blended out to be a black, which is amazing. Because normally when you mix grays and blacks, the black gets kind of muddied. I didn't get a chance to try these like darker shimmers, so I will give those a try. But I mean, I like Colourpop's matte shadows quite a bit. So I think this was, I thought this was great. That was pretty much all the big stuff that I was using. This was a full face of first impressions. Let me know what you guys thought, how the look turned out. Let me know what you guys are loving. I love you guys so much. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, or dislike, or just subscribe, or do neither. Honestly, just so happy you're watching me. Thank you so much for being here. My merch, my social media, and everything that I just put on my face will be linked down below, along with a link to register to vote. That's right, you can go register to vote, and you can make a difference in your country. And if you're not from the US and that link does not apply to you, please make sure you're staying informed on what's going on in your country. Make sure you're staying aware, using your voice in a positive way, because the world absolutely needs more of that. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!